Well, the moment is finally here. The PlayStation 4 is real, and it's going to be on the store shelves by holiday season of this year, 7 years after the release of the PS3. While the most puzzling part of the announcement was that they managed to do the entire thing without actually showing us the new console, there was still plenty of information to report back, and here's the most important detail to know so far. On the hardware side, we now know that the PS4 is going to be using a custom AMD Jaguar CPU GPU combination to do all the heavy lifting. This will be paired with 8 GB of GDDR5 memory, and just for some perspective, the PS3 currently uses a meager 512 MB combined video and system memory. A faster Blu-ray drive, USB 3 ports, and HDMI out will round out the system specs. One of the more interesting additions is what Sony is calling the PlayStation Eye camera, which has 2 720p cameras and 4 microphone array for a whole new level of interactivity in what many are assuming will resemble the Kinect in one way or another. And lastly, the one thing that Sony was ready to show off was the new DualShock 4 controller, which features a touchpad in the center, some improved trigger buttons on the back, and a dedicated share button for recording footage on the fly. Official pricing has not yet been established, but is expected to come in 2 different flavors at launch, both of them north of $500. Now, some of the unexpected features to make their debut included a dedicated chip to handle recording and encoding video on the fly at any time, the ability to seamlessly download and install updates in the background, the ability to play digital downloads that have only been partially finished, and the fact that you can shut down and start up the console in seconds while still maintaining the exact same spot in your game. Accompanying the keynote was a series of game demonstrations slated for launch in or around the same time as the PS4, most buzzworthy of which were the gorgeous Killzone Shadowfall gameplay footage and the highly anticipated Watch Dogs. While not everyone felt that the game showed off seemed all that next gen, it's important to remember that it takes developers a while to learn how to optimize for new hardware like this, so you can be sure that the best is certainly still to come. All in all, we feel that Sony put their time and resources into a lot of good places for this launch. While they're never going to be able to release a $500 console that can compete with the processing power of a $2,000 enthusiast desktop, the PS4 introduces a lot of interesting new features, some sorely needed, and some that people didn't even know they needed. We're curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the PS4 so far. Did it live up to your expectations, or did it leave you wanting more? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next time on AskMen.